Welcome to America at its Best. My name is Rebecca Painter, and I'll be your host for today's show. I'm here live at SPN's LaunchPad event, where we take innovative ideas, we get a brain trust together, a brain trust of Silicon Valley people, business people, top CEOs all across the country to come together with think tank people, idea people, wonky people, and they put the ideas through the ringer and come out to accelerate them and really change the course of this country. Right now, I'm with Orphy. So glad to be here with you. He's from the Illinois Policy Institute. You might also have seen him on Fox News. He's here with us today with a project called Legiscape. Tell us about Legiscape and why it matters.
Right, so Legiscape started as a data science project. We are in Illinois, right? I'm the chief economist at the Illinois Policy Institute. And we want to pass legislation, take wonderful free market policy ideas and turn them into law.
Does that ever pass in Illinois?
It's hard, right? So we're up against, Illinois is probably one of the most corrupt states in America. Chicago is the most corrupt city in the country, right? We have gerrymandered maps, right? And so lawmakers are not accountable to the public. And so how do we change that, right? And so we decided to stack the deck in our favor by studying the legislative process, and we created Legiscape.
So what did you find when you studied the legislative process?
That we were doing all the things that we were doing were completely wrong.
So wait, what were you doing that was so wrong?
So we would go out and we would lobby a Republican lawmaker and tell them, hey, take this wonderful idea and try to pass it into law. And lo and behold, they weren't very successful because Democrats have a supermajority in Illinois.
But that's what everybody does. In all the states all across the country, they lobby their Republican lawmakers, sometimes Democrats, and that's the method. So what does Legiscape do that's so different?
With Legiscape, we try to identify the most influential and effective lawmakers. We also predict with some degree of certainty how they will vote on each issue. And so we go there with that information, right? We equip our lobbying shop with that information to go out and lobby the right legislators to try to deliver wins.
Okay, now time out. When you say you're looking for the most influential and effective lawmakers, do you mean the flashy ones that are on the news and doing really cool stuff? I mean, how do you define that?
Right, they're not very flashy, right? So, a few of the things that we found out were that committee members, committee chairs, but not necessarily just those guys. Also people who vote like them. Legislators who vote alike, right, also have co-sponsored bills together in the past. And so they have relationships. And so if we can identify those relationships and leverage them, we can actually win.
So you're looking at data to actually see which lawmakers, Republicans and Democrats, are actually having the highest percentages of bills that are getting passed.
Yeah, we try to identify the ones that are most influential. We try to identify who their allies are within the legislative process, within that network. And we try to lobby those guys effectively. We also know which positions they're going to take on different issues before we've even proposed a bill. And so if we know what position they're going to take, we can actually identify the ones that are kind of in the middle. Because the ones that are in the middle are the ones that we can actually apply pressure on, right, through our marketing efforts, through our articles, op-eds in the media, to actually move them in the direction that we want them to go.
It's kind of like a Moneyball approach to lawmaking.
Yeah, that's what I've heard a couple of times.
Okay. All right, so you're here at LaunchPad, you have this idea. Let's talk a little bit about how your idea has changed from when you got here 48 hours ago to where you are now and what you're planning on doing with it to this point.
Absolutely. So we came into LaunchPad with what we thought was a really cool product, right? A great idea, a cool product, but we lacked some on the execution front, right? So we need to go out and improve the product. We also need to make sure that the people who are going to use the product, our lobbying folks, right, are seeing the product as a tool that will help them become more effective and not as some piece of technology that might actually eventually try to replace them. That's not the point. The point is this piece of technology can actually make your lobbying operation more effective so that you can deliver more wins for free market advocates around the country.
That's really fascinating because the whole purpose of this network is to gain influence in their states and get the kind of wins that help Americans thrive in their daily lives. And this tool, at first I thought was, well, this would be a great use for our network, for the think tanks. But you're saying, sure, our network needs to get their hands on it. But at the end of the day, if they could connect it to some lobbyists and people who are out there rallying their lawmakers directly, everything could change.
Absolutely. Most of our organizations in the network have some government affairs operations.
Absolutely.
And so if we can get the government affairs staff together in a room, pick their brain to improve the product, and find out what is actually going to help them the most so that we can add those features to our product, then we can actually take this out and win first for think tanks around the country.
Awesome. Anything else viewers should know about Legiscape?
Yeah, find out more, reach out, come out to Chicago. We invite you at the Illinois Policy Institute. We're always looking for great ideas to improve this product. And we're really grateful to SPN and LaunchPad for connecting us with great mentors that are going to help us push this product further.
Thank you. This is just another example of a great solution that's not going to just live and die in Illinois, but can make an impact all across the country. Thank you so much for being here to tell us about Legiscape. And thank you guys for watching.